for you. The man on the color commentary is Coach Brad Craik, and as always, the man on the moving pictures is the highlight guy, Steve Cody. I'm standing here with the head coach of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, Liv Orlando. Coach, congratulations into the quarterfinals. What a difference a year makes, right?
Yeah,
Good
totally.
stuff. Talk to me a little bit about, and the folks watching, how important is it to have home playoff games in the first round and the second round?
Absolutely. I mean, it's no secret. I think if everyone had the choice given, they would say, yeah, we'll take a home playoff game, right? Like, that's the gym you're practicing in every single day, getting a lot of shots up in every single day, repping your offense, your defense every single day. So yeah, was that first one awesome? Absolutely. Would we have loved a second one? Of course. But again, we also welcome the toughness of playing on the road, and we're excited to be here.
So that's a nice little segue into my next question, which you probably knew was coming. You finished at 14-4. They finished at 14-4. You beat them head-to-head. The reason that we're playing here is the Mercy rule. Mercy, Connecticut. You beat them, but the NHIAA doesn't recognize them as a Division I caliber opponent.
Right.
Do you change the schedule knowing that could play a part in tonight's home and away?
Yeah, you know, that's a great point. I think, honestly, Mercy was such a great game for us. Yeah. They're a very talented team. If they were from this area, I think they would be a top contender. Switch my hands? No, switch you.
Okay.
Sorry. If they were
terrible with the hand signals, by the way. He's doing like the breakdancing wave up there.
We're doing our best.
All right, go ahead.
No.
Come on, Steve.
But no, all I was going to say is Mercy is definitely a very talented team, a very good test for us. So yeah, does it stink getting caught on the technicality? Of course, but I really think playing and competing against some of the best teams and someone that's out of state was really good for us.
What do you have to do differently tonight than you did that first night? Bookending it, you guys come up here week one, game one, 38-36 win, a big program win for you. We're a long ways away from that game. What do we have to do differently tonight to have success?
I think the biggest thing is playing at our pace and our tempo, composure, and then our phrase really this year is we can't have the mentality of playing not to lose, right? Like, we have to play to win, regardless of what the score is, whether we're up a few points down, whether it's a tie game, no matter what. Like, it's a play to win mentality rather than a timid play not to lose mentality.
How is this Concord Christian team different than the one you faced all those months ago?
Yeah, they're playing exceptionally well. They've been playing some of their best basketball against some of the best teams in this state late in the season. So, again, we're both a season more, advanced, so to speak. And I'm excited. They're a talented team. They're playing really good basketball, well coached. This will be a good one tonight.
We have a great crowd behind us here at Concord Christian Academy. Liv Orlando, she is ready to rock and roll. I'm sure the Cardinals are ready to go. We'll be right back with her counterpart. We're going to get an interview with the head coach for the Concord Christian Academy, Kingsmen, in just a minute. You're watching live on the Highlight Guy. Coach, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll be right back right after this.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Welcome back to Concord Christian Academy, home of the Kingsmen, and the Division I girls quarterfinal round game between the Bishop Guertin Cardinals and the home team, the Concord Christian Kingsmen. I'm joined here by head coach Rebecca Carlisle of Concord Christian. Coach, thank you for joining us here on the Highlight Guy. Got to ask you, how important are these home games here? You have a first-round game at home, and now you're back here again, and kind of a technicality, but I'm sure you'll take it, right, having a home game?
We'll take it. We will absolutely take it. I had no idea, actually, all pretty much throughout, when I knew that we were probably going to end up with the same record,
Yeah.
I assumed that because the head-to-head they lost, but I wasn't even aware of the rules. So it ended up in our favor.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
we'll
you gotta
take
love
it.
it. You got a great home crowd here
Got a
tonight.
great home
Looks
crowd.
like a lot of the student body are here. And
Yes, sir.
It's going to be obviously broadcast here on the Highlight Guy, which is awesome.
Amazing.
Always
Thank you
love
for
coming to
coming.
this gym. Talk to me a little bit about the difference between the team you're playing tonight and what they were a couple of months ago when you first met them. 38-36, defensive-minded, both figuring out the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
How is this Bishop Guertin team different than what you faced all those months ago?
I mean, I think it's safe to say that we're both very different teams
Yeah.
than seeing each other in the first game of the season, right? So I'm excited to see both teams have gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
We've had a challenging season and taking the wins and the losses and learning from them.
Yep.
So we're excited to see how we match up tonight.
Speaking of matchups, do you have any special plans in store for this game tonight with your young ladies and them? Because I know you've seen film of Bishop Guertin.
Yep.
I know you've kind of figured out how your team works and gels. Anything we should be looking for tonight on your side of things?
Liv has done a great job with her team. They're a team full of shooters. They have a lot of really quick guards that like to shoot the three. So if we can stay on top of that and get out on keep them contained outside, keep somebody from getting streaky.
Yeah.
That's our game plan.
Perimeter defense, folks. You heard it here. We'll be looking for that right here on the Highlight Guy. Coach, want to thank you so much for joining us,
Absolutely.
taking time out. Wish you the best of luck here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
And hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Jason Roby reporting live here from Concord Christian Academy. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left to the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play!
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Here come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out downtown. Yahtzee. By Landry, double 0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown knocks down a triple.
Pitch. Base hit left field. Austin Suchecki gets it done.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Commode with a spectacular play.
Welcome back, everybody, to the quarterfinal round of the NHIAA Division I Girls Basketball Tournament. You're watching live here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby, Brad Craik, Steve Cody is the Highlight Guy and the man on the moving pictures, joined here by Coach Craik. Coach, welcome back. We are here again. It seems like we were just here a couple of weeks ago, and we're back at the scene of the crime, so to speak. Bishop Guertin, a 38-36 winner, the first game of the year, but a lot of things have changed since then in terms of how these teams have improved, haven't they?
Yeah, they're both a lot better than they were in December. But I think when you and I did this game in early mid-December, I think we both agreed that when it was all said and done, these two teams were somewhere in that 3 through 6 range. And, they ended up 4 and 5 with exactly the same record and went to the second or third round of the tiebreaker to figure out who had the home game tonight. So very, very good matchup tonight.
What's your thought on that Mercy game in terms of determining whether or not you get that home playoff game? You never want to give up good competition, as we've said year after year, iron sharpens iron, but when it comes into two evenly matched teams, do you look at that and say, boy, looking back now, I wish we had done things a little bit differently?
Well, I was really interested when you asked Liv that same question.
Yeah.
And her answer is exactly how I would have answered it and did answer it in the past, which is, I think she's going to benefit more from playing a really tough game than she would have benefited from necessarily having the home game tonight. So,
Yep.
It's kind of the price you pay. Now, you can make an argument whether the rule's the right rule. Mercy's a small school, but they play in the
petition
in the
up.
They petition up.
Yeah.
So if you,
Yep.
if you, in New Hampshire schools have the right to do that. You're looking at two of them tonight. These two schools both petition up. So I'm not entirely sure I appreciate why the rule is the way it is, but everybody knew it, so it's not news. And as a result, we're here.
And it should be a great ball game as we meet the starting lineups, and we'll give those to you in just a moment here. But your keys to the game, Brad, in terms of what does each team need to do to have success, I'll let you kind of marinate on that. We'll be right back for the national anthem, and we'll have that answer right after this. All right, the national anthem is in the books. The starters for each team, it'll be Baines, LeBeau, Emma Smith, Kate Smith, and Lily Carlisle for the Concord Christian Kingsmen. On the other side, it'll be Caden Ryu, Thalia Drapo, Holly Dufo, Jazz Rosario, Laura Marino for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Brad, I'll put it back to you. The question that we had prior to the national anthem, each of these teams, the secret to success here tonight.
I think for Concord Christian, it's their version of the big three, right? The Smith twins and Lily Carlisle. I think they've got to keep those kids on the floor, out of foul trouble, and fresh. They get in foul trouble or fatigue sets in. That's an advantage BG. So that's probably the key from Concord Christian's perspective. And BG exactly the opposite, right? They want to speed this game up and they want to try to chop, the legs out of those three key kids, attack them. And, they're going to have to make some shots, too. I think Concord Christian does a good job keeping people out of the paint. Not an excuse to jack 33s, but at some point in time, you're going to have some shots.
Bishop Guertin in their green uniforms going right to left. Concord Christian in their whites going left to right. They'll win the opening tip and set up here in the half court. It would be unprecedented to do what this Concord Christian team is trying to do. 4 state titles in 4 different divisions in 4 consecutive years. To the cup, contested there. Marino with a great job on the glass. Guertin will run downtown. Dufo's not shy. Back iron, no. Battling on the boards. And Guertin comes away with an offensive rebound. They reset back in the half court. Drapo will drive. She gets hacked going to the cup. And Brad, we talked about this a lot this past season. Drapo trying to establish herself in the paint, going strong to the hole.
Yeah, she's a real key for them. And I think the more aggressive she is tonight getting downhill, the better off BG is going to be.
First foul against Kate Smith downtown, no good, but another offensive rebound came to the Rosario on the left baseline, back to Drapo, and they'll kick it out and start again. You can see this Concord Christian team playing man-to-man defense, and they're going to challenge those outside threes. We'll see how much success Guertin has, and not much that time as Lily Carlisle comes away with the steal, gets it out to Kate Smith. She's marked up there by Rosario. Back up top of the key now. Guertin in their man-to-man pressure defense. In the right corner it comes, penetrate, left-hand runner in the paint is up and good by Ireland Baines. So, more shots for Guertin, less to show for it. One shot, one lead for the Concord. Oh, and they had it, but you know what? That's what we talked about. Nice job flashing through the paint. Rosario found Drapo. So, the ability to go inside, you heard about Coach Carlisle said we're going to challenge those threes, and BG now trying to make things happen on the inside, and a cheap foul there, Brad. Hate to see those calls so far away from the bucket.
Yeah, you got to try to stay disciplined on the perimeter, right?
Caden Ryu will pick up her first. Each team with one foul. It comes out to the top of the key. This is Emma Smith, left-hand dribble. Gave it back up to Baines, and they'll reset the scene with Lily. Carlisle, little pull-up jumper, up and good, and a 4-2 lead for the Concord Christian Kingsmen. Coming up over the half-court line slowly is Caden Ryu. That ball was kind of telegraphed. Very fortunate there as it looked like it almost hit Rosario's fingertips. BG keeps possession. Winner here to go to the state semifinals. We'll talk about how they got here during one of our timeouts. Caden Ryu giving it up to Marino. She'll cross over. They'll play a little two-player game. Downtown, jacked up, no good. And the long rebound taken there by Concord Christian. There's Lily Carlisle on the glass, gave it up to Baines. Baines put the brakes on, and now they'll reset the scene. This is Carlisle, double team came. No travel call, but good quick hands there by Drapo. And a turnover. They had the numbers, albeit briefly. Ryu now to Jazz. Jazz will come back towards the elbow. Foul line now. And good patience by the Cardinals in the half court. Drapo loses her dribble. They set up. They don't cover that one downtown. That one way too long. And a miss there by Baines and back the other way. Sorry, that was Ryu. My fault. Wrong team. Right number. Wrong team. Left-hand dribble. Baseline is shut down. Concord Christian quickly reverses it, but good hustle there by Rosario to get back into the scene. Long arm of the law by Marino affected that shot. Dufo was able to come away with it. Left-hand dribble. Little hesitation. She penetrates. Little leather souffle. They'll keep possession.
I like them attacking. You know, if you're Guertin, you want to attack. They're 0 for 4 from 3 right now. Those shots will eventually fall, but I think if you think downhill first, good things will come from that.
I like the game plan. Maddie Long checking in. She'll take the ball out of bounds. Drapo heads to the bench. Got to get it in. That one is airmailed and caught. Long now running the point. Marino. They lost that inside presence with Drapo. We'll see if they try to use Marino. Downtown. No. And back iron. And got away with a foul there, maybe. Hustling off the glass, no good, and a good trailing defense by Maddie Long. Long providing a little bit of a spark there, getting back into the picture. So Brad mentioned some missed three-point opportunities. They still don't cover it as well as they should, but Marino gets the long rebound. We'll get a jump ball called. Possession goes to Guertin, and we'll get our first sub for Concord Christian. It'll be Brooklyn Robbins, the 5'6" sophomore forward, checking into the game.
Great energy so far. Great energy, good pace. Looks like Liv's trying to get a timeout here.
Three-person officiating crew out on the floor tonight, Brad. And how important is it to play a clean game when you have three sets of eyes as Liv will get that 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think it's particularly important for Concord Christian. I think BG's probably a little deeper. They could probably deal with foul trouble a little more easily than Concord Christian, but you don't want either team's main kids in foul trouble tonight. So you hope that these refs, it's playout time. You hope that the refs let the kids play a little bit and let them decide the outcome.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight at Concord Christian Academy. The parking was a little tight out there. The student body is here to the right of us, and nice to see the capital city show up to support their hometown team, the Concord Christian Academy Kingsmen. Steve Cody's going to activate the little electric shock feature he has on his sign down there, and so we can get some advertising. All right, Bishop Guertin will get possession on that jump ball that was taken in by Marino. They set the scene, got to get it in. Third option, and a nice job. Jazz gets lost in the left corner, but that one was short. Battled for, and this time we're going to get another jump ball. Possession will go to Concord Christian. That's not a bad jump ball because you just earned yourself a possession. They had it anyway. Here comes the full court pressure, something Coach Craik knows a lot about. Looks like Concord Christian handles it well, and a chance for a three-point play as they handled that pressure extremely well, Coach. Seems like they knew what was coming and they knew how to break it as Robbins has a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, BG's got to get back, though. There was one pass and a three-on-one, and they just have to get back.
So transition defense is something that at this point in the year you don't think you'd be talking about, but usually at this point in the season a foregone conclusion, but someone forgot to tell the Cardinals as picking up her first foul is Andrews. And back the other way come the Cardinals. I don't think it is, yeah. Rather, Maddie Long got her first foul. Top of the key, Jazz, see if she takes her. She does not. Thought maybe she'd try to go to the basket. Everything had cleared out for her. Now it collapses down, downtown. No. But Marino battles, good hustle, and the Cards come away with another opportunity. Rosario saves it from going out of bounds. We'll see if they reward Marino with that hustle. They get it over into the corner. This time downtown. No, Marino hustle for it. Good box out there by Kate Smith.
8 threes. 8 threes so far.
And none of them
get to the rim.
Have gone in. And Drapo, the one person that has taken to the hoop, is on the bench. Little floater in the lane by Lily Carlisle. She has 4. Rosario, dribble drive in the paint. Goes up strong, no call. And right in front of us, 3 Cardinals prepare to check back in. Can't afford to have this get too far out of hand. We know this Concord Christian team likes to play defense. They're up 8-2. A lot of pressure. Up strong. And no answer for Kate Smith on that dribble penetrate. And another timeout called here by Coach Liv Orlando. It's a full timeout. And it's a 10-2 Kingsmen lead. What do we know, Brad, about what we've seen so far? And what does BG need to do to put a tourniquet on this?
Yeah, I think Concord Christian's been aggressive to the rim, right? I think they've got just about all their points either with layups at the rim or from the free throw line.
Yep.
BG's taken 8 threes in 6 minutes. The open threes are fine, but I think you gotta attack these guys. You gotta attack them. You gotta make them defend you, and you gotta attack the paint. Good things are gonna happen if they settle. Look, they're on pace to shoot 37 threes. It's just hard to win a game that way. It's just hard to win a game that way.
Live by the 3, die by the 3, and right now, those shots, some of them definitely open, but as Brad mentioned, going to the paint has been a good recipe for the Cardinals, and it may have caught Concord Christian off guard a little bit there in the beginning. We'll see if Bishop Guertin brings in some more size, and it looks like they're going to do just that as Maggie Gallagher will check back in along with Drapo. And the senior Ayla Regan, the only senior on this Bishop Guertin team. So the fact that Gallagher and Draper are in there together does not stop from jacking up another three and missing it. 1:56 to go here. And all alone, they missed her. Little runner, floater in the lane, high off the glass, no good. And tied up, we're going to get a jump ball call. Possession goes to Guertin. BG very fortunate there, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, Emma Smith was standing at the foul line with nobody within 30 feet from her, so that's the last kid in the world you want to leave alone.
So the transition defense, not particularly good here for the Cardinals, and the offense just stagnant with 9 threes jacked up, nothing to show for it. Runner in the lane this time, but nobody under there. Jump ball goes the other way, and when they do those dribble drive penetrates, the only person in there is the shooter, unless someone's crashing the boards from beyond the three-point line. 1:32 to go as the left scoreboard is locked at 8-11, so won't be looking at that one. Nice backdoor cut, and a good make by Emma Smith.
Got to get ball pressure there. It's too easy. That's just way, way too easy for Kate to thread that needle.
Drapo, right-hand dribble, goes up strong, and she gets hacked in the act, and there's the recipe.
Two on Kate.
It'll be two on Kate Smith. That'll be her second. But more importantly, it's a Bishop Guertin team that maybe has gone back to what the game plan was. As you bring in a Maggie Gallagher, you have a Thalia Drapo, and you bring in the experience of an Ayla Regan. Misses the freebie, but it's a 12-4 Concord Christian lead. Once again, a little scoop is no good. A nice rebound there. Back the other way comes Dupo. Lily Carlisle put a little bit of pressure on her. Oh, got lucky there. That one doomed from the start. As I'd like to see Gallagher kind of look at the basket instead of getting rid of it. When you're in the paint, look to take the shot.
Yeah, I think BG's, I think what you're seeing here a little bit is, just some nerves.
Yeah.
I think the Guertin kids are nervous right now. They got to settle in and just kind of let the game come to them a little bit, keep it simple, and just chip away. They're down 8 right now, which isn't great if you're them, but they're a couple scores away from having this be a one-possession game, so it's so early right now.
Ryu and Rosario will check back in for the Cardinals. Concord Christian now operating in the half court. Got to be careful you don't pick up a cheap one as that one goes out of bounds. Oh, look now, we got a sword fight happening over there in the corner. That looks safe. All right. 20. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
Jason, you got Kate Smith with 2 fouls here.
Yeah.
I think you got to go after her.
Nice pick. Gallagher rolls. They find her. She goes up strong. Too hard off the glass. But that's exactly what you want. 10 seconds to go. We'll see if they hold for the last second shot. 3-point shot. Place will come unglued if it goes. No. Battled for a little fadeaway. No. At the buzzer. Rosario won't get it off in time. We'll come to the end of the first quarter. It's the Concord Christian Kingsmen 12, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals 4. Not a great recipe if you are BG from a scoring standpoint. You're on pace to score 16 points in the game. That's never a good thing. And you have to wonder if what coach is talking about in the huddle. We'll take a look at the Concord Christian huddle as assistant coach Matt Smith and head coach Rebecca Carlisle talk to the Lady Kingsmen. And Brad, this would be an unprecedented thing if this Concord Christian team, they're looking at a little bit ahead, but could make it back to a state title game and try to go 4 for 4. I don't think that's ever been done here in the state of New Hampshire or anywhere else for that matter.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that's not happened. It's pretty unusual to see a team, kind of go from division to division like that. But you got to give them a lot of credit, right? Yeah. Give them a lot of credit. Winning culture they built here, and look, they're one game away from getting themselves to a Final Four.
It's impressive what they've done. As we've mentioned, both of these squads enter with 14-4 records. BG beat this Concord Christian team on night 1, week 1, way back in December. It was a 38-36 rock fight, or 48-46. I think it was in the 40s maybe, but it was a 2-point game regardless. Both teams are kind of feeling things out, trying to see how they matched up and so forth. And both of these teams a little bit different. They've both improved significantly as the season has progressed. Concord Christian getting the higher seed based on a offensive foul called there by Drapo, and that's a tough one. But Bishop Guertin, the 5th seed and not the 4th seed, even though they had the head-to-head victory because of point rating system that didn't give them as many points for a win over Mercy, Connecticut.
So I think Lily Carlisle's done a nice job, but she must have 6 or 8 in the first quarter.
She's got 4.
Only 4?
Only 4.
Oh, gosh, that backdoor cut's killing them.
14-4 now, 10-point advantage. But it probably feels like 6 or 8 right about now if you're the Cardinals. Rosario. And now the bench and the bleachers have come alive. Penetrate, left hand, lost it. Drapo, instead of going up, kicks it back out. We're going to get a travel call there. And now Marino will come back in, and I thought they'd leave all 3 bigs in the game. They do not. Gallagher will head out. Marino will come back in. So while they can shoot it from downtown, there's that backdoor cut that was intended. Looked like it was intended for LeBeau and it's completed to the students section. Caden Ryu bringing the ball up over the half-court line. Got to watch that moving pick. Got to be careful. Been called for it once already. Ryu got it back to Drapo. They close down on her. Runner hits the back iron. They'll stay alive and get another possession.
You got to attack Kate. You got to attack her right there. You got 2 fouls on her. You know she doesn't want to pick up her 3rd.
That
you got to turn the corner and get it to the rim.
That changes the complexion of the game because she has to come to the bench. Marino, no. And I don't have the numbers, but it's 0 for a lot. 6:38 to go until halftime. The Cardinals just have 4 points. Back iron there, no. Battle for it. Drapo came away with it, and she'll take it and go. But transition defense by Concord Christian in good position. There were 4 Concord Christian Kingsmen back. Empty possession coming from Concord Christian as they tried to force the issue. BG fortunate there. Brad, do you like that, taking it into the teeth of a defense like that when you have 4 players back?
You mean if you're
on the fast break?
Oh yeah. Look, I think if you can get out and run, you get out and run. You're going to get early offense. More often than not, good things are going to happen.
Bishop
get into the paint.
You're right. See, they look like they flash through, but it looks like they don't really.
They got to look in.
Have any intention of giving it?
Yeah, they just have to look in.
Rosario goes baseline, little pull-up jumper is good, and Jazz introduces herself to the scorebook. 14-6, 8-point advantage for Concord Christian. It feels like a whole lot more.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. You know, if you're Guertin right now, you're basically just saying, listen, we just gotta get ourselves into the game here.
Good battle on the glass. They did not box out, and they came away with nothing except a foul. 2 Concord Christian Kingsmen stormed the glass, and 2 Lady Cardinals watched it happen. Foul's going to go against Marino. That'll be her first. And you wonder, Brad, you mentioned it could be, jitters and the fact that, this is a team that was a one and done in the tournament last year in Bishop Guertin. They didn't get in till the very last game qualifying for the tournament, while this Concord Christian team has the experience in the postseason regardless of what division they played in. And
they've been, you can tell, they're just a little more comfortable in their skin right now. The Guertin kids, it's got to settle in. Keep doing the things they know are important to win the game. Keep pushing the basketball. Keep getting stops.
1 out of 2 there is Kate Smith.
Figure the law of averages will eventually settle in here and they'll score the ball a little bit. But they have to be aggressive.
Downtown, no. Front iron or side iron, no good. And again, they are all alone and losing it.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just not really used to seeing that from a Bishop Guertin team. And downtown, Marino's not shy, but she missed everything on that attempt. Coach Orlando imploring her defense to get a stop here, and Dahlia's going to get called for a cheap one and a little shove there towards the baseline. That'll be Dahlia's second. 4:43 to go. Checking back in will be Maddie Long, and Drapo will come to the bench. 17-6. They get the ball in over the top. They'll operate in the half court. Into the corner now. Dribble drive, kick out. Can they make them pay? No. Good box out by Marino. And if she looks, they'll have the numbers. But again, good transition by Concord Christian.
Got to attack her.
Marino will step back for the long two. No. And they just, it's almost as if they don't know that Smith has the 2 fouls. Take it to the cup. Stolen there nearly. And now it is. That was Kaylee McGowan coming in, providing a little bit of a spark. Dribble drive, kick, top of the key. Ryu. Out of sorts right now is the Guertin Cardinals in the half court. Bounce pass a little low, gathered in. Fortunately, downtown, no. And 0 forever for the Cardinals from three-point line. No call. Fortunate to come away with it. Back iron, no. Another long rebound goes to Lily Carlisle. She takes it up off the top of the glass. No good. Dufo pulls down the board.
A run.
3:27 to go. 17-6. Cards down by 11. Dufo directing some traffic at the top of the key. Hands it off to Ryu. Nearly stolen. And that rim protector is Smith, but they're not taking it to her at all with the 2 fouls. Nearly stolen there by Emmy LeBeau. 5'6" sophomore guard was almost off to the races. Gallagher will check in for Marino. .306 to go before half. It has been all Concord Christian. Lead is 11. Hayden Ryu.
Gotta go after her again. I'm not sure why they're not going after her.
Pull-up jumper finally knocked down there by Caden. And here comes the full court pressure from BG. Emma Smith now, marked up closely by Maddie Long. They got it over the top. And a turnover, Concord Christian gave up a possession. And interestingly enough, if they've shot, 14 three-pointers, even if they make a third of them, they'd be in a much better situation. That's my math skills coming forward there, Steve. Tufo into the corner. Gallagher well beyond the three-point line. They'll reset. 2:15 to go. Now both BG coaches off the bench. They see something they want to run. Caden, she's hounded out here. Ryu, pick on ball. Fighting through it was Emma Smith. Come back up top. Left-hand dribble into the paint. Ball fake, turn and look, but they don't. Dribble drive, McGowan, she'll reverse it.
Great defense by Concord Christian.
No shot clock here. Little jump stop by Gallagher. 3 fouls on Smith, Brad. You beat me to it. With 1:46 to go, does that change the complexion of things?
Well, yeah, look, they got 2 free throws. They can get this thing down to, 7-point game.
Yep.
Kate's probably going to have to come out for the rest of the half.
That's a safe move, and you would do that with that kind of a lead, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't think there's no need to keep her in the game right now.
Yep.
She picks up a 4th foul in the first half. The game's going to completely change again. For CCA, they just want to keep doing what they're doing. They've been incredibly sound defensively.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything spectacular, but they're just playing really good team defense right now. And if you're Guertin, you're saying, listen, we got 1 minute and 45 seconds to see if we can get this thing down to a 5-6 point game, and couldn't have been much worse. And if they can keep this thing within a 2-3.
There's that backdoor cut. This time, stepping into the passing lane was Maddie Long. Oh, what a pretty pass. And finishing at the cup is Maggie Gallagher. 17-11, Brad. And it really doesn't feel like that close a game, but it is. Ooh, and that's a tough foul there taken by Dufo. It's going to be her first. And that is going to send Lily Carlisle to the free throw line. The 5'6" senior guard has 4 points. Chance for 5 and 6. Knocks down the first. Little home cooking, home rim here. So you know your gym, you know your backboards, you know your rims. Carlisle, 2 out of 2.
Again, you got to attack that kid. Kaylee's got a mismatch there.
That ball was tipped by Lily, and Concord Christian will head to the bench as Ireland Baines will check in, and coming out will be Brooklyn Robbins. Doing the honors will be Maddie Long, needs some help, finds it.
They left Kate in the game with 3 fouls right here. I mean, that takes some guts.
I was
but
going to
you got to go after her.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
You just got to go after her.
And there, it doesn't even look like they're looking to the paint right now.
You got to go after her.
Spin move by Gallagher. And she gets hacked in the act.
Probably Lily Carlisle.
I think it's going to be on Carlisle. You're right. We'll see, but that would be huge. It is on Carlisle. Lily will pick up her first. More importantly, Brad, and we can't stress it enough, Maggie Gallagher going to the cup.
Yeah. Got to hit your free throws here.
So much postseason success by the Cardinals in years past because of those free throws. Gallagher misses the first, she'll get the second. Goes 0 for 2, ball battled for, and good job on the glass by the Kingsmen. 42 seconds to go, 19-11. Step into that passing lane, and again, they lost on the back side of that. Kate Smith was open on the block. Seems like they're a half a step late. 32.7 seconds to go. And by them, I mean the Cardinals. Fortunate to get a hand on that one. Ball comes over the top. LeBeau, crossover dribble. Or rather, Lily Carlisle. And again, they just continue to find Smith. She's got 7.
Go get her.
They will not.
Goodness gracious.
And for those of you that aren't sure what Coach is talking about, Kate Smith, the 5'10 junior guard, has 3 personal fouls, has had those 3 fouls since the 140 mark of the second quarter, and they have not taken it to her. Try to get her that 4th foul. Now, Gallagher. Dufo. No. Good if it goes, that's going to come short, but look at the hustle there. Is running down to the end of the court was Lily Carlisle in case there was any chance of getting a rebound or a long pass. We're going to come to the end of the first half. It is a 21-11 ball game. Concord Christian is up by 10. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby, Brad Craig, Steve Cody. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back with some first half analysis and some second half prognostication right after these messages.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to the quarterfinal round of the NHIAA Division I Girls Playoffs. We are here at Concord Christian Academy, home of the 4th-seeded Kingsmen, as they take on the number 5 seed, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, and it was all Kingsmen as they went into the half with a 21-11 advantage. But Brad, as we look at this, even though BG is 0 for, we don't have the shot sheet in front of us, but we think somewhere between 0 for 12 to 0 for 14 from three-point land. Cardinals still down by only 10. I say only. What's the key to that? Why is it just 10?
Yeah, look, I think they've done a decent job defensively, right? You know, you come into a game like this saying we've got, you know, Concord Christian's got 2 20-point-a-game scorers in Emma Smith and Lily Carlisle, and they've you know, limited them to 10 combined in the first half, right? 6 for Lily and 4 for Emma, so, you know, good job there, and they're on pace to, you know, score 40 points.
And they did
on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know, they're kind of shooting themselves out of the game right now. Look, open threes in the flow. You're gonna make some. You're not gonna make some. But you know, I think your default position, particularly when you have a kid like Kate Smith with 3 and a little bit of foul trouble now, it's uncomfortable. But you have to attack the basket. You just have to attack the basket. Not necessarily to score every time. But if you can get downhill and make people guard you, more often than not, they're either going to foul you or you're going to draw some help and you can kick and, you know, you get your threes in the flow of the offense. They're just in my view right now, they just got to make a commitment to being more aggressive offensively and play north and south versus east and west.
Well, it kind of changes your mindset, too. If you could get that 4th foul on her, that really changes the game plan for Concord Christian. So we'll see if Coach Orlando has made that adjustment, and the Kingsmen will get the first half possession. That ball stolen by Drapo. She get rid of it. Marino will run, finds Jazz on the breakaway, up strong and in. And a great start to the second half by the Cards. Comes some pressure. Carlisle handles it, bounce pass, little jump shot. Kate Smith makes him pay.
Got to keep the ball in front of you.
23-13, the lead is still 10. Drapo nearly lost it between the wickets. Got it back to Rosario, back to the foul line, gets it to Drapo. They'll dribble, drive, penetrate, and she knows she's got those fouls, and they got to keep doing that, Brad.
Look, I think if they stay, if CCA stays with that Kate Smith-Thalia matchup, I think Thalia's got to touch the ball every time down the floor. Every time down the floor.
Smith missed that one. They got to come back to her as Drapo used her dribble, but you're right, Brad. Watching Smith play defensively that time, she was very hesitant, just kind of played straight up and down rather than aggressively.
Yeah, she doesn't want to pick up her 4th. So again, whether it's Thalia, Laura, Marino, Gardner, got to get back now. Got to sprint back.
Little pull-up jumper was short by Rosario, and that was better transition defense by the Cards as they did get back defensively, forcing Concord Christian to operate in the half court. We'll see if they try to trap the basketball here as they had a backdoor cut opportunity. They missed it. Dribble drive now. Emma Smith downtown. Yahtzee! Emma knocks down a triple. She has 7. Dufo, right-hand dribble, top of the key, Marino over to Jazz. Jazz will take it into the land of the Giants. She'll get hacked in the act. Foul comes. We'll see who they give it to.
But again, if anybody's going to get an open 3 for Concord Christian, it can't be Emma Smith.
There it is. Foul not yet registered on the board. I don't know.
I think Lily Carlisle.
Okay,
probably her 2nd.
Lily's 2nd. Jazz missing the free throw, and a lot of empty circles here on my Bishop Guertin score sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed free throws so far for the Cards. Just the 1 make by Gallagher. Second opportunity is Lily Carlisle skied for that one. This time Drapo kind of stepped in front of that one and stole it. She's got a couple of steals here early in the second half. Yahtzee! Caught it. Release, rotation, splash. Dufo's in the books. 26-18, 8-point advantage.
Got a little bit of pressure here, little three-quarter court pressure.
And I like the call by Coach Carlisle. She only wants a 30-second timeout. They're going to talk about, or a full timeout now, and that'll give us a chance to talk to you about the Highlight Guy. Stay up to date with all the Highlight Guy's upcoming live streams. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to YouTube, search the Highlight Guy, and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance. And by the way, if you like what you're seeing and hearing with our live stream, and you think you'd like to advertise with the Highlight Guy, or you just want more information, contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com. And think about this too, folks. If there's ever a game that you want to see around the state, shoot Steve at thehighlightguy.com an email and let him know. And we'll never guarantee that we can get there, but you never know unless you ask. So we thank you in advance for watching, for advertising with us, and for all the positive feedback we're hearing around the state, all the different schools and gymnasiums that we visit. It's always great to call live action here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby, Brad Craig, Steve Cody, bringing you all the action from Concord Christian Academy here in the capital city of Concord, New Hampshire. It's Concord Christian with a 26-18 lead, 5:21 to go here in the third quarter. Winner to advance to the semifinal round of the Division I girls basketball tournament here in the state of New Hampshire. Oh, that was a mouthful.
Yeah.
All right.
That was well done.
Thank you, sir. I didn't even write any of that down. Kate Smith gave it up to Lily Carlisle. Carlisle gave it back up to Kate. Looking for some help. They'll reset. Emma Smith, crossover, dribble. Downtown, no, and good positioning by Jazz on the board. She'll run. Chance for some fast break points here. Drapo kicked it back up top to Ryu. Ryu dribble drive kick.
Gotta go get her. You gotta attack her. Laura's gotta attack. Whoever's guarding Kate Smith, or whoever Kate's guarding, has gotta attack her.
Pull up jumper, Dufo, no, but hacked in the act. And some more freebies coming. So Dufo will try to add to those 3 points. That one's going to go against Ireland Baines. That's her first. Balcony Muppets are alive and well here. Concord Christian. Sound effects from the student section.
See if Guertin comes back with a little bit of that three-quarter court pressure, Jason.
No good. Ball is saved, but here comes the harassment from the Cardinals.
Got to stop the ball here. Just got to get some stops, right?
And that's the name of the game. Got to come away with something as two Cardinal defenders run into each other. And downtown, back iron, no. Good positioning, long rebound. Gathered in there by Robbins and keeps the possession alive. Here comes the trap. I think we're going to get it. Thought we were going to get an offensive foul, but no. Ireland Baines gets pushed. 26-19. It's a 7-point advantage. Checking into the game will be Emmy LeBeau. Ireland Baines will come to the bench. Coach will give her a little pep talk. Smiles exchanged there.
I'm not sure why the Guertin kids are playing so far off here, right? I mean, I think the more you put pressure on these guys, you know, they got 3 kids in the paint.
Interesting look defensively, and they recover nicely. Lily Carlisle, dribble drive, penetrate, kick, downtown, LeBeau, no. Drapo will run. She's gonna take it, kick out, and I would take it right back to the cup again. They will not. Downtown, Rainmaker, no. Marino's trying to get in the seam, but she's having to attack the glass from well beyond the 3-point stripe. Concord Christian now in the half court. Emma Smith gave it up. This is Lily Carlisle. Dribble drive, kick out, back down to the baseline. Dahlia marking her up.
Too easy. It's too easy right now. You gotta put.
Nice shot fake up and no good. Marino pulls down the board.
Gotta push the ball. All right, just keep the pace going. Chip away, chip away.
Oh my goodness.
I think she might have gotten away with the travel.
Maybe,
you can see the Concord Christian bench a little upset right
maybe
there.
Maybe just a little bit.
I think they're right.
26-21. Nice backdoor cut again and couldn't get it to go. And they let that one go away.
Push. Holly for a 3 in the corner.
Dufo downtown. No. But
Good
this
rebound.
Marino crashing the boards. Couldn't keep it alive. Matty Long going to check in, give Drapo a break. It's a 26-21 game, Brad. And
Concord Christian's been great with that backdoor cut all night. They feel that pressure, and they've done a really, really nice job kind of cutting back door and releasing that pressure.
nice job, and that's going to come away with a turnover as Marino came away with it. Bodies collide into the BG bench as things are getting a little testy here. Nice job, both teams being aggressive. It's win or go home time here in the state of New Hampshire. Rosario into the corner. Baseline was cut off. Ryu's not shy, no. Battled for and taken in by Smith.
She's dead.
That ball nearly stolen, and now Concord Christian has the numbers. 4-on-2, bounce pass, backside, leather souffle, banished from the kingdom of Hardwood. I think the trolley from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood goes through the kingdom of Hardwood on the way to the land of make-believe. I could be wrong.
Really feel that intensity picking up in the third quarter here from both teams, actually.
And they're going to get a foul here, a cheap one, I think, on Marino. So, got to get the ball in. They really don't put a lot of pressure on the inbound pass. Having a sky for that one was Emma Smith. Bodies collide, and Smith ripping it away with authority, they're going to say, on the floor. Interesting call here. It's going to go against Marino. I believe that's her second. Each team with 2 fouls apiece in the third quarter. 2:08 to go, top of the key. Now Concord Christian will work it around the perimeter. Dribble drive, spin move, up strong, no. They're letting them play here inside the paint. Ryu, Marino, no. And the Cards are still 0 for downtown. And now Concord Christian will run, and just Marino's third foul. Frustration sets in a little bit there, is maybe not the look coach was looking for.
Great job by Emma Smith getting downhill right there in transition, right? That's what you got to do. Just attack the basket consistently. Good things are going to happen.
It'll be Emma with a chance to knock down 2 more. Gets the first. Gallagher will check back in. Marino will come to the bench with the 3 personals. And Emma has 8 points going for number 9 here. 27-21, Concord Christian. 1:43 to go in the third quarter as the 5'11" junior guard goes 2 for 2. Rosario, left-hand dribble, pick on ball, doesn't use it. Maddie Long from the elbow. Dufo, bounce pass, left elbow. They have not looked to take it to the cup once. Pick on ball, there's your pick and roll, nice cover there. Pull up jumper, no whistle. They're gonna say it was out of bounds off of BG. And this is crazy time here. You gotta make sure you don't get beat down the floor for any freebies.
2-2-1 3/4 court press here just to try to change the tempo up.
Well, they came away with a turnover the last time, and
no one's guarding the ball. What's going on?
Lily Carlisle, like a hot knife through butter, has 8 points.
Concord Christian just doing their thing.
Gallagher gonna get a full timeout here by Coach Orlando. Lead is back up to 9 with 44.2 seconds to go here, and we'll take a peek in at the Bishop Guertin huddle. Coach, what do you think Coach Orlando's talking to her troops about during this minute timeout.
Yeah, they're just struggling to score the ball. They're just really struggling to score the ball. You know, they're okay defensively. You know, again, 9 points in the quarter with under a minute. 44 seconds to go.
Yep.
You know, Emma got loose on a 3. Lily turned the corner there, and the Red Sea parted a little bit. So that's just a breakdown. But overall, I don't really think it's about their ability to defend right now.
Sure.
They just have to execute a little bit better offensively. Kind of felt the momentum turning a little bit early third quarter. BG had it down to 5. Holly had a wide open 3, kind of went in and out. But they just haven't been able to sustain that momentum over any extended stretch of time. So, I wish they had a better solution for them other than you just got to keep chipping away and keep being aggressive. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but you came into the third quarter with 3 fouls on Kate Smith. I don't think anybody's attacked her.
No,
and she's yet.
And she doesn't follow defensively out on the perimeter. They almost keep her in that, listen, you protect the paint mindset, and there's no one in there but her. So I hear exactly what you're saying, and you can see it on film, or you can see it on the floor as they're playing man-to-man, but we'll see how far out she chases.
There we go.
No call as Gallagher hits the floor hard. Help came over from Sadie Thompson as Gallagher going to get her first personal. Team's first of the quarter.
Just, again, I continue to be very impressed with Concord Christian defensively, right? They're just doing the basics very, very well. They're containing the basketball. They're rebounding the ball pretty well. They're doing a good job. We talk about Guertin doing a decent job defensively. Concord Christian's held this team to, 21 almost through 3 quarters. So
they're calling a jump ball. No, interesting call there. And yeah, I think you're right, Brad. And the lead is 9. BG has hit 1 3-pointer on the evening. 9 seconds. Rosario floater in the lane, too high off the glass, misses the mark, and Gallagher trying to just tip it in. They forced the issue. Nice job to just kind of fade back by Dufo. Didn't want to get a foul there and put Concord Christian back to the 3-point line. So it's do or die time here, Coach. It's 30-21. Bishop Guertin in a 9-point hole. Your Concord Christian. What are you telling your troops? Do you do anything different, or is it just business as usual? And on the flip side of that, what's Guertin need to attack?
Yeah, again, I think Concord Christian is doing exactly what they want to do right now. Right? They're being patient offensively. They're getting the ball in the hands of the kids that they wanted in. They're making good decisions. They're not turning it over, so forth. So I think for them, it's more of the same. You're up 9. You want to take care of the basketball, get this thing, into 3 minutes or less, up multiple baskets, and then you kind of get into an end of game scenario. For Guertin, they just got to keep going. They just have to keep going. Down 9. We've been in a situation like this before. I think you got to just go one. You're not going to get a ball back at one time. You got to go 1 possession at a time. Score the basketball. String 2, 3, maybe 4 stops together. And see if you can get the thing to a 2-possession game, halfway through the quarter, and just keep chipping away.
Yeah, there are no 9-point possessions in basketball, so obviously the defensive stops are important and coming away with something on the scoreboard. Concord Christian gets the ball to start the 4th quarter. This is Lily Carlisle, marked up by Dufo. Crossover dribble, good defense by Dufo as they lock up arms. She splits a double team, goes up.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul, and she was telling the official who's making that call, she had my arm. But interesting call there. Emma Smith will get called for her first. At least in my book, it's her first. This Bishop Guertin team got here by beating 13th seeded Keene in the first round. Concord Christian disposed of 13th seed Keene. And Bishop Guertin beat the 12th seed Portsmouth. Winner here more than likely will get Bedford in the semifinals. They were looking for the pick and roll, high pick and roll, and it was kicked. Otherwise, Gallagher heading to the cup.
So Brad, half of what you said has come true. They got one stop. Can they now get this thing down to 7? Bounce pass comes into Gallagher. She'll drive the baseline. Well done. And that's the recipe right there. And you saw that Kate Smith really couldn't do much defensively. Ball stolen. Gallagher having a nice possession. Nice job over the top. Little block shot. But Gallagher coming away with a bucket and a steal. We'll see if they try to take it right back.
Go right back at her.
Kate Smith. Dufo. Right hand dribble. Regan's not shy. Back iron again. And that's not the look you want. 30-23, down by 7, 6:55 to go here in regulation. Pressure being applied. Emma Smith gave it up to Lily Carlisle. Ball hits the deck, so do bodies. Jump ball call. Possession goes to Guertin. So here we go, Brad. We've had a couple of possessions now where
you're getting the stops,
You're
right?
getting the stops you need. You've got to come away with points, and you certainly can't leave Rosario to take the ball in all by herself 85 feet away from the cup. Rosario gets the pick from Gallagher. He was double teamed. Dufo. Back to Jazz. Oh. And just helter-skelter out there in the half court, trying to force the issue.
Yeah, you know, and again, I think you got to give Concord Christian credit here, right? They are making it very difficult for BG to get north and south.
Yeah.
Everything right now is east and west off the dribble. And again, you know, you got to give Concord Christian credit.
There's that backdoor cut again. Emma Smith gets hacked in the act. And to your point, Brad, you're absolutely right to kind of piggyback off of that point. We've been talking about how Guertin's defense is keeping him in this game, and on the other side of it, if BG can't hit the three-point shot, they collapse that defense and they make life difficult on those guards, and they're going east and west instead of downhill. Emma Smith with a chance to complete the three-point play. She has 11, going for point number 12. Can't get it to go. Nice rebound there by Drapo. She gets on her Pontiac and rides. Now she'll slow things down. Back it comes to Rosario. 3 Cardinals prepare to check in front of us. Maybe to bring a little more energy to the floor. Dufo. Step back. Downtown. Back iron again. And now they try to crash the boards and coming away. Good poke check. 1 Kingsmen, 3 Cardinals will enter the game. And they just continue to jack up those threes with hopes that something goes down. They are 1 out of a great many tonight. Offensive foul going to be called against Concord Christian. That's could be 3. We'll see.
I think she had 2 in the first half,
had
and now
2.
it's 2 more, I think, right? She picked up the 2 offensive
Okay, if that
fouls.
was on her, then they have her for 3 on the board.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, but
okay,
whatever.
I trust your numbers. Nice job on the pick and roll off the glass. No, Drapo couldn't get the freebie to go. 5:41 in the quarter. Carlisle was harassed. McGowan came away with the steal. Nice job by the Cardinals to get it over the half-court line and set up in the half-court offense. Downtown, jacked up and missed by a mile. Timeout called by Concord Christian, and that might actually work out in BG's favor here as they've come up with the defensive stops more often than not. They've taken a bite out of that lead, but it's still 9 points because they're taking those distant three-point shots and they just haven't been able to find the range. Cardinals have had success when they've taken it to the cup, and on the other side of the ledger, we've seen success come for the Kingsmen because they have taken it to the cup. And in terms of free throws, you're looking at 5 out of 7 for Concord Christian And BG is just 2 for 9. 2 out of 9 from the charity stripe. So those are things, right, Brad, we talked about. You got to make your free throws. You got to play defense, which they've taken care of. And the shooting percentage just, I'd hate to look at that shot sheet tonight to see what that shooting percentage is. They just not been able to knock down those long-range shots.
Yeah, very tough night to have a tough shooting night.
Yeah,
right?
for real. Yeah,
and they've had a tough shooting night with a capital T, but
still in this one though, Brad.
Yeah,
down 9.
Yeah, they're hanging around. Again, the problem is that they keep cutting that lead from 10 to 7, from 10 to 5, and so forth, and then they can't hold on to the rope. So they just gotta continue to get stops. I still think that if they spread the floor a little bit and attack the paint, not necessarily with the intention of scoring the ball unless they can, but you got to get that Concord Christian defense, which has been really, really sound, out of their spots. And I know it's easier said than done because they're very well coached. They got great help defense concepts, and they do the fundamentals really, really well. So it's a little bit of a battle of wills, right? And Concord Christian's daring to shoot the ball.
So my question, Brad, is this Concord Christian defense, is it a matter of they're beating the Cards to the spot, or they know where those passes are going to be when they operate outside the three-point line, or is it just they're just playing almost at a different speed defensively because they are so well versed in what they're getting? Maybe a combination of both.
It's maybe a little bit of both, but again, I think sometimes things get down to the really simple basics, right? So if you got a kid, you're on the top of the key, and you see a crease either to the left or to the right, you have to attack it.
Yeah.
You just have to attack their outside hip, and you've got to kind of force the issue and make them defend you in space. Right now, that first step is not north and south. That first step is a little bit east and west. They're not even really looking at the rim with the intention of putting pressure in the paint, and I think that's a problem for them right now. And again, it's you could say, hey, that's a Guertin issue, and I'm going to tend to give the Concord Christian kids a lot of credit. They're just doing a good job.
You don't win 14 games in a season. Go 14-4 by changing things up when you get to the quarterfinal round. You do what got you here. And if you're wondering why the timeout, there was a drink of some sort spilled, or water of some sort on the far sideline that's being taken care of now. Steve Cody took his shirt off and volunteered to wipe that up. So ball comes into play. Emma Smith, crossover dribble, being marked up closely by Maddie Long. Runner, no, and that one may have been embellished a little bit. Cards have the numbers if they run. Skip pass way across. Downtown, no, air ball. Saved. It'll find its way into Drapo's hands. Drapo, crossover dribble. And I don't know if she meant to pass that as she was hitting the deck. Sometimes things just work out. As Gallagher, the beneficiary of that push pass. 32-25.
Jason, what does Lily have in the second half? What does Emma have in the second
half? Lily Carlisle, just 2 points. Another block shot there. Lily Carlisle, 2 in the second half. And did you ask Emma?
Yeah.
7. So 8 points for the 2 of them in the second half. And again, probably why the lead is, down to 7 points here as Gallagher comes out of the game. And Marino will enter. Nice denial defense. Kingsmen are able to get it in. They'll settle down and operate in the half court. This is Emma. Emma at the elbow. Gave it up to Baines, and now they'll reset the scene with Lily Carlisle. Spin move at the elbow. Into the baseline it goes. Kate Smith gave it up at the top of the key. And now the clock, a minor factor. Nice job stepping into that passing lane. Dufo couldn't control it. Coming away with it is Concord Christian. They had an opportunity there for another stop.
You got to get up into her.
The 6-man, Liv Orlando, standing halfway on the court. And she wants a timeout and is not getting it.
That's
and
a problem.
downtown, Yahtzee! And she was calling for it.
they didn't have the ball, though.
If you don't have the ball, you can't call the timeout. And Lily Carlisle knocks down a triple for a Yahtzee of her own. Lead is back up to 10, 3:46 to go.
Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt if you're Guertin, and for Concord Christian again. You just have to give these guys credit. I remember in the first game when we saw these guys, Guertin would get out to a 6-8 point comfortable lead. Concord Christian would come right back. Guertin would spurt a little bit. Concord Christian would come right back. So they were behind most of the game, but just kept coming. This game they've gotten up 7, 8, 10. Every time Guertin's made a little bit of a run, they've responded really well.
It was the third quarter, Brad, in that first meeting, and Concord Christian had 13 in the quarter, but BG responded with 16, and they also had the lead going in at the half. Kind of a turn of the tables here. It was a large Concord Christian lead at halftime, and BG never really getting comfortable, it seems, in the flow of the game.
Yeah.
Trying to force some things, maybe. Caden Ryu being marked up by Lily. Lily forces her to the left. Ryu over to Dufo. Downtown. Yahtzee! So Holly Dufo knocks down her second triple. Here comes the pressure. And the trap doesn't quite get to them. She knows when to stop that dribble and retreat. Now we'll see how patient Concord Christian is. Physical down there, around the three-point line, hoping for an errant pass. No need to foul, still 3 minutes to go in this one. The runner up and in, took it baseline, Lily Carlisle. She's got 5 in the quarter and 13 on the night.
You got to attack that kid right now. You just got to attack that kid right now. Look at all the space. There she goes. And there it is.
Up and in. Coach Craig calling it here from his seat high atop Concord Christian Academy. That ball's going to go off Marino. And Coach Carlisle for a minute forgot what bench she was on as she was telling Coach Liv Orlando a special play she wanted to run, I think. But you can't tell me.
I think she was trying to get a timeout.
She was. You can't tell me these two coaches don't want to win in advance, right?
No.
They're
into it.
They really love
it. A lot of time and energy into this.
37-30. Lead is back to 7. Concord Christian to inbound the ball. Here comes the full court pressure now. And the referees have really let them get physical. We're going to get a foul there. He wanted a jump ball. And not as consistent as we've seen. And that's going to go against Marino. And that is her 4th.
Same outcome as Concord Christian's possession with foul. Same thing was going to happen, but I hear you.
Yeah, not a bad foul to take in terms of getting to that 5 foul mark. Try to get the ball back late. Got to hustle back. 3-on-2 advantage for Concord Christian. That's a double dribble. That's a double dribble. They didn't call it. Unless I'm wrong.
No, you had it.
Okay. Lily Carlisle had her pocket pick. Dufo trying to pick it up. She'll reverse it. Marino back to Dufo.
Clock's a factor now. You're under 2 minutes. You got to score quick, and you either got to get a quick turnover or you got to foul.
The runner in the lane, no good. Drapo battled for it up top. Jazz kick out. Ryu downtown, no. Battled for and taken there by Concord Christian. That was Robbins. And you can see Coach Carlisle is, she is all kinds of intense down there on the sideline. It's fantastic battle back and forth. 37-30, 1:37 to go here in regulation. I say regulation because you never know. We got a 30-second timeout called by the Kingsmen.
So the issue we got here now, right? 7-point game, minute and a half left. If you're Concord Christian, you have a big advantage right now because Guertin's fouling, but they've got to foul 4 times before Concord Christian gets to the foul line. So as long as they're tight with the basketball, they're going to burn some clock just making Guertin foul. So you know, and then the key thing for them is just to make sure that the right kids touch the ball. You know, Emma Smith, 90% free throw shooter. Lily Carlisle, probably a 75-80% free throw shooter. Kate Smith, also a good free throw shooter. So those are the three kids you want touching the basketball. If you're Guertin, you know, I don't even think you have the luxury right now of saying, well, let's see if we can, you know, get the ball in, see if we can trap it, etc. You just have to foul right away because you have to stop the clock and you have to put them at the free throw line.
The issue becomes Marino has the 4 fouls, so she's got to
anybody but her.
Anybody but her, and maybe you put her back in when you have the ball offensively, but
you just got to foul right away.
They do not. Right away. 133, they're playing denial defense, trying to come away with a steal. Here comes the trap, the help defense again. No call. Find it, and Concord Christian does the smart thing.
Foul.
Now you have to foul. And they just won't do it with 1:20 to go, and now they finally do. That one's going to go against Dufo.
So that's an 18-second possession right there. And now Guertin's got 2 team fouls. I mean, the ball comes in, it almost doesn't matter, even if it is Laura. The ball comes in, you have to foul. You have to foul the ball right now. You have to foul right now.
They're going to take it at Dufo, and the ball is stolen. Dufo hits the deck. Jump ball, possession will go. You almost have to try to keep your feet there, and the tie-up gives the possession back to Concord Christian, but now...
Jason, how many fouls on Dufo right now?
Dufo, I think, has 3 on my book.
So, I don't know, maybe you think a little offense, defense, right?
That's what I was thinking. Get Holly out.
It's somebody that can burn fouls, and you just play offense, defense right now, because you're going to be on the free throw line anyway. So.
My thought is Holly and Marino, right? Because Marino has the 4.
Right, and I don't know what Thalia's got right now, but she's got 3. So, you know, you get the concept. You can kind of pick whoever you, but, you know, Lily's a pretty dominant ball-handling kid right now, so you figure she's going to have the ball in her hands. You got to take Holly off of her right now, and so they got, Concord Christian got what they wanted right there.
Yeah. 65 seconds to go in this one. Another foul by Dufo. That's her 4th.
I think they've got her for 3 on the clock.
Do they? Okay. Well.
So Guertin will take that, but
works out better for BG. But Carlisle to the line. Almost automatic, as she is perfect from the charity stripe tonight. She's 5 out of 5. Make that 6 out of 6. 63 seconds to go in the corner. Jazz all alone.
Oh, go to score. Gotta go score.
Downtown, high off the top of the backboard and pulled down there by Smith. And Emma gets fouled. And I think, again, a matter of understanding, Brad, that you score quickly, you can set up your press, you can set up your defense instead of trying to continue to work it around. From up here anyway, easier to see and do than it maybe is down there.
Sure.
But, there will always be second guessers. And look, if Guertin hits even a quarter of those 3-pointers, we're not having this conversation.
That's true.
Lead is back to 10, make that 11. Emma Smith has 17, a foul here, and that's an okay foul, as it's only
Smart.
2 fouls.
Smart. That's what Concord Christian's going to do now, right? 3-4 seconds, foul. 3-4 seconds, foul. They're just chopping the clock down now.
It'll be Lily's. I think it's her 4th. She's taking all kinds of time, and Rosario now will kick out. Drapo, no. Ball tipped, and it'll go back to Concord Christian. 35.6 seconds to go, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like Concord Christian is going to punch their ticket to the semifinals. We don't know who their opponent will be. We think it'll be Bedford. And that's going to go against Marino. Nope, maybe not. I thought it was Marino.
I think it's a violation. She stepped over the line probably the second time, so it's a technical imposition.
Foul. that is going to close the book. We'll see as Emma Smith heads to the free throw line. Misses the first.
You gotta really be impressed with this Concord Christian team.
100%.
You know, they just did everything right tonight.
Yeah. I think too, Brad, for my money, these are two very evenly matched teams. I think what you saw tonight maybe is a little bit the pedigree of this Concord Christian team and the success that they've had in the postseason over the years really came forward tonight as it was business as usual. And what an inbound play designed there for Emma Smith. That's going to bring this one to all but a final score as Gallagher battled for it, couldn't get it to go. It's been that kind of night. Gallagher going to get the foul called. She was on the floor and Emma Smith tripped over her, so that's a tough one and a tough one to take. But you look at this Bishop Guertin team, and you have the one senior in Ayla Regan. All of these kids are back next year, and do they take that next step? Look at this film, go back and watch the highlight guy, as the thousands of people are doing around the state tonight. You go back and watch this, and you say, okay, what did we learn tonight? How do we grow from this and have that that playoff medal, as it were, that's being displayed by this Concord Christian team?
Yeah, well, they made a big jump this year, right? They kind of, what were they? Basically a 500 team last year. They got themselves into the playoffs. Made a huge jump up to 14-4 this year.
Yep.
And like you said, with the exception of Ayla, who they'll miss, they got pretty much everybody coming back. So they'll be a year older, a year stronger, a year more experience, and I'm sure they're hard to think about it that way in the moment with this kind of a disappointment. But
well, look, to the victor go the spoils, right? And so this Concord Christian team has put a great display of basketball on for you tonight. They've done everything right, like Brad has said. And then Coach empties the bench. Nice move there. It's the nice round of applause from the home crowd. And if you're Coach Orlando, you take a look at this and you say, this is a learning experience for us. We'll be back and we'll be better a year from now. And I wouldn't be surprised, if this Concord Christian team is playing on the final game of the year. They got a lot to do here as Drapo will hit one at the buzzer from downtown to finish with 9 points. But your final here, it's 48-33, Concord Christian. And it really didn't look like at any point in time in this game that this Concord Christian team was bothered. No matter how close that deficit came down, they seemed like they were in control the entire time. And a Bishop Guertin team that, look, a year ago you were eliminated in the first round. You barely made the playoffs a year ago. What a huge turnaround. And I know Coach Orlando is trying to build the program here, right? She's trying to have lower levels of kids and build up and feed that varsity system. And that's something that you really can't overlook too, is they had a fantastic year. Their season will come to an end at 14-5, lost in the quarters, but they had a fantastic year, Brad.
Yeah, they did, and again, it's the last thing they're going to be thinking about right now, because they're just, they're obviously really disappointed. I think they thought they had a great chance at winning this game and getting to a Final Four, so that that's going to sting for a little while, but with a little bit of distance, a little bit of perspective, really bright future here over the next handful of years. She's got her core coming back, and thinking ahead to next year, you got to think again they'll be right in that top 4 mix again next year.
Yeah, 100%. Meanwhile, across the floor, Bishop Guertin's opponent tonight, Concord Christian, they'll head back to a semifinal game. For all intents and purposes, or we believe that it's going to be Bedford High School. We're trying to get some scores now, but.
Yeah, I'll take a look here and see if.
Brad, you saw this Concord Christian team play Bedford this year? Did you not?
I did. Okay. They were right there.
Yep.
They were right there. It was a 2-point game early fourth quarter. They ran out of gas just a little bit, and Kate Allard from Bedford got hot in the fourth quarter and hit a couple big threes and kind of got them up 8-10. I think it was a mid-teens game at the end, but that's not an accurate reflection of how that game got played.
So obviously, you have to look at the 1 and the 4 seed potentially advancing. Londonderry obviously also in that conversation. All the top seeds won in that first round here in the tournament, so you have to believe that the same could prove true tonight. As
I'm going to try to find just some scores here if I can, Jason.
Yeah, that'd be great if we can. Londonderry girls, because I'm looking at the boys for some reason. I seem to have lost my girls sheet. But, Bedford defeats Londonderry in the regular season game, and really a game that could have gone either way. Londonderry had a 9-point lead late, and Bedford battled back. And this Concord Christian team, it's going to take a perfect effort to beat that Bedford team, but they look like they're kind of on that mission to put together 32 solid minutes of basketball and make their way back to a final. They're going to have to knock the defending champs off in order to do it, but after what we saw here tonight, Concord Christian, it looks like they're all that in a bag of chips. They've really improved as the season has progressed, so congratulations, Coach Carlisle, Coach Smith, and the Lady Kingsmen. They've done a fantastic job, and they'll punch their ticket to the semifinal round.
So, I got a couple scores for you. So, Londonderry over Salem. So, the 2 seed Londonderry advances 55-41 over Salem. And tight game, but the 3 seed Wyndham Jaguars beat Pinkerton for the second time this year.
Oh boy!
So chalk so far, right? You got the 1 seed you got the 4 seed advancing in Concord Christian. You got the 2 and 3 in the bottom side of the bracket. And we're waiting to hear. The Bedford Exeter score has not been posted yet, but
that should be an interesting one. It was a physical game, I believe, the first one. So we'll be interested to see how that one works out. Congratulations, by the way, to Coach Ricky Oliver, who it was last game here tonight as Salem gives a valiant effort against the Londonderry Lancers and right off into the sunset to San Antonio. Want to wish him well. Also want to thank all of you for watching us here on the Highlight Guy. It's been a pleasure calling all of these games for you here this year, and we've tried to mix it up as best we can, traveling around the state, trying to pick some of the marquee matchups and maybe some games that you don't always get a chance to see. So that has kind of been our goal here, and we hope we did justice by all the teams that we covered. We hope you enjoyed the coverage, and please reach out to us at The Highlight Guy, Steve at thehighlightguy.com. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you'd like to see. We always are interested to hear feedback, positive feedback, of course. Make sure you keep it keep it above board. Steve's very sensitive, so we want to make sure we take care of that business. But this Bishop Guertin team had a fantastic year this year. Coach Smith coming over and having a little word with Coach Craig. Congratulations to him, the assistant coach, head coach Carlisle, for their victory here tonight. They will advance to the semifinals. We know numbers 2, 3, and 4 have advanced. We'll wait to see what happens with Bedford. Once again, from my partner Brad Craig and the man on the moving pictures, the Highlight Guy himself, Steve Cody, my name is Jason Roby, thanking all of you for joining us all around the state and reminding you that it is not the critic who counts, but you can always count on the critic. We proved that up here tonight, Brad. For my broadcast partners, I want to wish you all well, and we'll see you real soon. Take care and good night.